Hello everyone. The next topic which we will be discussing is about the metabolites. So metabolites, as the name suggests, this is the end product of metabolism. So that is why this is known as the metabolites. Now in these slides we will be discussing what are metabolites, what are the two types of metabolites, what is the difference between the two types of metabolites, then the human metabolites and the microbial metabolites as well. So let's start with the standard definition of the metabolites. Now, according to the standard definition, the metabolites, they are intermediate products of the cellular metabolism, which is catalyzed by various enzymes that naturally occur within the cell. So as I have told, they are the end product of the metabolism. So this is the intermediate product of cellular metabolism. So this is about the standard definition about the metabolites. Now let's start with the introduction first, that in biochemistry, this a metabolite is an intermediate, or we can say there is an end product of metabolism. The term metabolite is usually used for small molecules. So these are usually used for the small molecules. They have various functions which include fuel structure, signaling, stimulatory and inhibitory effects on the enzymes. They have catalytic activity of their own, and defense and interactions with the other organisms as well. Example here includes the pigments or the odorants and the pheromorphs. So the metabolites, they are the intermediate products. To sum up this, they are the intermediate products which is produced during the process of metabolism, and it has been catalyzed by various enzymes that occur naturally within the cell. The example of this can be the antibiotics and the pigments. So the term metabolites, they are usually used for the small molecules. So they are used for the small molecules, as I have already depicted this in the second line of that they are usually for the small molecules. And these are the main functions which I have included, that they are fuel structure, signaling, stimulatory, inhibitory effects on the enzyme. So the metabolites, they are produced by the plants, humans and microbes. So all these three categories produce the metabolites. Now, if we talk about the plant metabolites, they are being divided into two parts, that is the primary metabolite and the secondary metabolite. First comes is the primary metabolite. So primary metabolite, they are the chemical compounds which is produced during the growth and development process. So they are used in the growth and development process, and they're also involved in the primary metabolic processes such as respiration and the process of photosynthesis. So the process of photosynthesis, in which the end product is oxygen and the glucose. So this is the end product of the photosynthesis process. Now, when are these metabolites formed? So they are formed during the growth phase, and they maintain the physiological functions of the body, and they are known as the central metabolites. They are amino acids. Examples here, they are amino acids, vitamins, organic acids, and some of the primary metabolites produced industrially. So these are some of the primary metabolites, examples of some of the primary metabolites. Next comes is the secondary metabolites. So they are also produced by the plants, because we have discussed that plant metabolites are divided into two parts, the primary metabolites and the secondary metabolites. Now secondary metabolites, they are compounds that are produced by the organisms that are not required for the primary metabolic process, because this is the secondary, so they are not being required for the primary metabolic processes. They are considered to be the end product of primary metabolites. For example, because they are derived by the pathway in which the primary metabolites involve. The examples here include the antibiotics, toxins, pherohormones, enzyme inhibitors, etc. So these are all the examples, and these two, streptomycetes and actinomycetes, they are the sources of novel secondary metabolites. So this is all about the secondary metabolites. Now What is the difference between the primary and the secondary metabolite? We have discussed both the primary and the secondary. Now what is the difference? If we look at the difference, then the primary metabolites, they are required for growth and maintenance of the cellular function, whereas secondary metabolites, they're involved in the ecological functions. Primary metabolites, as it was being depicted in the slide, that it occurs at the growth phase, but the secondary metabolites, they occur at the stationary phase. Primary metabolites, they are produced in large amounts and they are easy to extract, whereas secondary metabolites, they are produced in small amounts and they are difficult to extract. Primary metabolites are same in every species, but secondary metabolite is just the opposite. They are different in every species. Primary metabolites, they perform physiological functions in the body, but the secondary metabolites, they are only the derivatives of the primary metabolites. The example of primary metabolites include the carbohydrates, vitamins, ethanol, lactic acid, but in case of secondary metabolites, it will include the steroids, phenolics, antibiotics, pigments, etc. So this is the main difference between the primary metabolites and the secondary metabolites. Now, what about the human metabolites? So as here a number has been depicted that humans have 2500 metabolites. For example, if we take the example of prostaglandin, which produces metabolite. So prostaglandin produces the metabolite arachidonic acid. So this is the metabolite which is being produced by the prostaglandin. Now, both the molecules have the same physical properties, functional group, and they are linked by a series of enzyme catalyzed reactions. So they are linked together by the enzyme catalyzed reaction. The cholesterol, they produces steroid hormones, catecholamines, and they arise from the amino acid tyrosine. Now, where this all information of human metabolites stored? So, all the information about the metabolites that are produced in the human body is freely accessible. From where we can access these information? It can be accessed through an electronic database, the Human Metabolome Database, that is HMDB. So this is the database in which all the metabolites that are produced by the human body, they can be easily searched on that database. Now the last is the microbial metabolites. So microbes, there are different microbes which use different strategies to produce the metabolites, and they are useful in differentiating between different species of the microorganisms. The example here is alcohol, which is the primary metabolite, and it is used for the fermentation. Fermentation, there is anaerobic respiration, which is used for the production of wine and beer. So this is the example of microbial metabolite. As per Aspergillus niger, which produces citric acid, they are widely used in food, pharmaceuticals, and the cosmetic industry. So this is the this is the microbial metabolite that produces all these products which are used in the industries. Now, if we come to the conclusion, then metabolites, they are intermediate end products of metabolism, as it was discussed in the first slide as well. And the primary metabolites, they are very essential for the proper growth of microorganisms. Secondary metabolites, they are near to the stationary phase of the growth, and they are not involved in the growth, reproduction, and development. And the metabolites that can be used in industry to develop vaccines, antibiotics, isolate chemicals for organic synthesis, and they obtain the amino acids. So the metabolites are, there are three metabolites, that is from humans, from the humans, microbes, as well as by the plants. So this was all about the metabolites. References. Thank you.